Welcome. In this video we will do a quick examination of what we mean by value for money, within the context of international development. But first of all, are these familiar headlines? Over the last 10 years, there has been increasing pressure to justify spending on overseas aid, and an increased level of scrutiny. These articles are commenting on issues such as whether UK aid budget increases are justified, or whether aid programs are making a genuine difference. The use of value for money, as a framework on aid programs, was developed in order to better understand and demonstrate whether aid programs are not only being well managed and efficient, but that they are also making an impact. So what is value for money exactly? We have an understanding of value for money in our own lives. It can sometimes be thought to be about buying items and getting more bang for your buck. The idea of ensuring that publicly funded programs are efficient and good value is not new. The National Audit Office in the UK has been conducting VFM reviews since the 1980s. Their definition of good value for money is the optimal use of resources to achieve the intended outcomes. It's also about achieving the right local balance between economy, efficiency, and effectiveness. The UK FCDO's definition is we maximise the impact of each pound spent to improve poor people's lives. Other international aid donors such as USAID or the Australia's DFAT have developed their own frameworks and criteria. This emphasizes an important point about value for money within the development context. It's not about just saving money, it's about results. It's about the impact of a program, the ultimate aim of long-term transformational change. As a result, the VFM agenda within international development can be seen to have three key drivers. Firstly, it enables greater scrutiny of a program. Does the program pass the Daily Mail test? By which we mean, will it end up as a negative headline in tomorrow's newspapers for not being a good use of taxpayers' money? Secondly, it encourages stronger processes throughout a project cycle, from designing in good use of resources at the outset, to managing implementation risks and adapting during implementation, in order to achieve outcomes and minimize costs. Levers include best practices in procurement, results-based contract management and evaluation. Finally, it also aims to increase the impact of aid. VFM is most useful when used to inform decision-making. And VFM analysis is for adaptation, not just for accountability. This has led programs to develop value for money strategies and frameworks that are used to embed VFM within a program, as well as enable VFM reporting to the donor. So in practice, what does this mean? A value for money framework can be applied to a development program at every level of the commonly used results chain. This will enable looking at the inputs and resources put into a program, the processes used, and the outputs and outcomes. A VFM framework often uses what we call the 4Es framework. Economy is a measure of value for money at the input stage of the results chain. Can we spend less? Efficiency is a measure of value for money at the output stage. Can we spend well? Effectiveness is a measure of value for money at the outcome stage. Can we spend wisely? Equity is a fourth E added to the other E's, to ensure they are not achieved without considering how benefits will reach the poorest, most marginalized and vulnerable populations. Can we spend fairly? As such, it is considered throughout every stage of the results chain. A fifth E, cost-effectiveness, can be added, and this is a measure of overall value for money, comparing costs and benefits. The UK FCDO, for example, call their VFM framework the 5Es framework. As we mentioned earlier, while you may have been thinking that VFM is just about saving money, it is about how resources are translated into results at each stage of the results chain and finding a local balance between the E's. For example, in a humanitarian setting, there is a balance between cost, quality, and speed. Some project VFM frameworks add risk and sustainability to the 5Es. Again, it is about finding an optimal balance between these elements. Although, sometimes they mutually reinforce each other, as being sustainable can also sometimes be the cheapest option. Finally, applying this framework in practice, we have found it is important to include monetary, quantitative, and qualitative approaches to inform decisions and discussions on how best to reduce costs and use resources to achieve impact. We hope that you have found this useful. There are many more resources that can help you understand VFM. You can find some of these on our website, under the resources page. Do get in touch for more information. Thank you.